Everyone loves Wi-Fi, right? You use it on your phone, your laptop, your whatever thing that uses Wi-Fi. Well, what if I told you could make it better? MSI sponsored this video to show off their RadiX AXE6600 that could do just that. It's got Wi-Fi 6E, it's got pretty lights, and best of all, you can check out their virtual launch event at the link down in the description. But let's unbox it, because that's what you're really here for. It's got cool stuff on the outside. I'm not really sure what Meta Ready means, but I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg is a big fan. Just on the outside of the box, because this is Wi-Fi 6E supported, you're gonna have 2.4G, 5G, and 6G, which, you know, this is actually not a terrible analogy for kind of how it works. 2.4G is like the single lane road, the 5G is like the 2-lane road, 6G is like, look at all these lanes. This is an American highway, damn it. Oh, are they pre-attached? That's kind of cool. A lot of the times when you get routers like this, you have a big bundle of antennas you have to put on yourself. But this one, pre-attached. Look at that. Got an Ethernet cable, it's important, and a power brick. On the outside, the MSI logo feels like a button. It's definitely a button. I don't think it would be a power button because this is like a Wi-Fi router. You don't really want it to be off. I suspect that this is probably for switching the quality of service mode. We've got our 6 antennas. Each of these, you see how there's like a little translucent part? There's RGB in here, and the color changes according to what your quality of service profile is. You got red for gaming, purple for streaming, dark blue for work from home, and then the kind of cyan light blue is AI auto mode. You can think of QoS or quality of service kind of like an HOV lane on the highway, except not everyone gets to go in. You pick whatever your most important traffic is. So I imagine gaming, it's gonna prioritize game-related traffic. Streaming is gonna prioritize your connection to Twitch or YouTube. Work from home, not really sure on that one, but I'm sure it's something. Basically, think of it like an HOV lane where that traffic, let's say our game packets, get prioritized. They get access to go through before any of the other traffic on your network if you're in a situation where you've run out of bandwidth. Say you've got a 1 gigabit connection and the clients on your network want to use like 1.1 gigabit. Well, it's gonna put that game traffic before the rest of the traffic in every situation. And that means, you know, if you're gaming, you're not gonna have lag despite other people using your network a lot. And the same for streaming. I mentioned the AI Auto QoS mode, and that's basically just gonna use an algorithm that's pre-programmed onto the router itself to try to prioritize traffic based on the needs of your network's users. You can also go on the web interface and pick specific services that you're using to prioritize. So say you're like really heavy YouTube watcher and there's lots of people on your network, well, you can go in there and hit YouTube and it'll prioritize that for you, which we'll see later. On the outside, I did confirm this is the QoS button. We've got an arrangement of LEDs. That one will probably be for internet. You've got a link activity LED for all of the ports, and then power, WPS for Wi-Fi protected setup, Wi-Fi button. Maybe that turns Wi-Fi on and off, I don't know. And then there's an LED off button, especially when you got lots of lights like this. If you have this thing in your bedroom or something, you're trying to go to sleep, having a button to turn them off is a lot nicer than having to go into the web interface. On the back, we've got 4 gigabit ports and a 2.5 gig WAN and LAN, which is great. This is Wi-Fi 6E based, so if you had an above gigabit connection, you probably could get above gigabit through this router on Wi-Fi 6E. Got a USB 3.0 port, presumably for expanding storage, power button, and then power. And of course, there's a reset as well. You see those 2 little silver stripes here? Those are actually heat pipes, and then in between them is like a giant aluminum heat sink. This thing has got some serious cooling. And it's gonna need that for the 1.8 gigahertz quad-core CPU that powers the thing. I mean, even just looking at the power brick, this guy says 12 volt, 3.5 amp. 42 watts. That's a fair bit of power, and it should mean a fair bit of performance. They did mention in their talking points that the heat pipes and array they have in here resulted in a 12-degree lower temperature. I'm assuming that means compared to not having this upgraded cooling. But yeah, should run cool and quiet. Oh, it's connected. Wow. Oh, cool. Look at this. This is great. When you log in to use your router for the first time, use the admin page for the first time, it just prompts you, do you want to change the name of the Wi-Fi network? So many people, I go to their house and it's like, TELUS 7392. Like, bruh, you can change that. Wow, look at this dashboard, it's so pretty. Wireless clients, we have one, and it's my MacBook Pro. That makes sense, cool. I can block it, ooh, spicy. Memory, we got traffic analyzer, we're not using a whole lot of traffic. AI Auto mode. It appears they're using a third-party service called GT Booster to power the AI QoS and the parental control feature. If you're somebody who isn't super into like phoning home and stuff, you can just disagree and use traditional QoS, but I am going to agree. Oh, look, it's doing stuff now. It had one breath. One singular breath. Oh, it breathed again. Did you see the breath? Hey, red breath. Right, and then it is updating in the web GUI as I click it. Maybe not instantly, but within a few seconds it updated. That's pretty cool. Okay, so work from home prioritizes online meeting streams and conference calls. So that actually makes sense. So like Zoom or anything like that, it'll prioritize in the work from home setting, which could actually be important if you don't have great internet. I'm always thinking from the perspective of, you know, if you had gigabit and you were trying to use 1.1 gigabit, but if you have like 20 down, 5 up, that's when features like this are really important. Oh, you can sync the RGB on this thing with the RGB on your PC, your MSI PC. That's actually kind of awesome. We got port forwarding in here. It's important if you want to like host a Minecraft server for your friends or something like that. Integrated Open VPN, which is sweet. Network analysis. Do a ping, trace route, name server lookup, netstat, all the usual stuff in here. But there's actually a fair bit of control in here. I'm gonna set our 6 gigahertz to 160 wide because we want lots of speed, as much speed as possible. What can you do? Is this a schedule? Can I make a schedule for when this Wi-Fi is on? I can make a schedule for when the Wi-Fi is on. Cool. So I hate my kids. Wow, there's actually a lot of options in here. 6 gig. Guard interval, I can convert multicast to unicast, which is usually called multicast enhancement. That's good. Oh, here, let's try the LED off. Oh, it turned off these LEDs. Bruh. Appreciate MSI sponsoring this video, but this LED off button should very much turn the LEDs of this off as well. It seems kind of silly. I want to look at the propaganda. Quick start guide. Oh, it's one of these. Hi, let me just break out my map really quick. I like that it gives you a URL to connect to instead of an IP, because if you change the subnet on your router, then whatever IP that they put on there wouldn't work. They have a phone app? Hey, look at that. I'm screen recording, don't worry. Look, it's basically the same devices. We got that there. Game Center. Game Turbo Booster, you can turn that on. You can adjust your QoS profile. Oh, you can schedule a daily reboot. That's cool. Oh, cool. It's scanning the band you're using, so like 2.45 or 6 gigahertz, and telling you the other networks that are using it, which is these two. So if you're trying to figure out like problems with interference, you can use a tool like this to scan the surroundings and maybe change the channel that this access point is using to different than, say, your neighbors, to reduce the amount of interference. All right, that's like a great little app. A lot of them don't have apps like this, and you just have to use the web interface, and a lot of the web interfaces are not optimized for using on a phone, which obviously if you just want to change your Wi-Fi password or adjust your parental controls really quick, not having to break out a computer is pretty nice. You can set multiple SSIDs. So if you wanted to have like a Wi-Fi called Jake's Wi-Fi, and then you could have another Wi-Fi that says Bell is not the real Jake, you could have both of them at the same time. And you can set different passwords for them, which is great. You can do it by band even, so only on the 6 gigahertz you have an extra one. Whatever you want. Guest network. Oh, crap, you can have a guest access too. This is a pretty featured little Wi-Fi guy here. I've only ever had like ISP provided or like Amazon access points, and then I went to like a full enterprise solution. I never kind of went in between, so it's amazing that a lot of these enterprise features are also available on a kind of consumer product like this. Not to say that it's not fast, but it is more oriented at normal people. As part of the quality of service features, MSI has Game Accelerator built into this router access point. I guess it's part of the gaming quality of service profile to ensure that when you are gaming, the gaming traffic packets are the #1 priority, so you don't have any interruptions in your gaming. It's not gonna help you if your ISP sucks, but assuming everything coming into this is good, it should keep gaming good. Okay, we got our AP here, positioned optimally, very close to our computer. We're on Wi-Fi 6E. Oh, it doesn't know, that's why. Whoa, 1,100 down. 1,200 down. Damn, brother. 1,200 up too. Oh, it went down to 1,100. Still, above, it is quite literally faster than the hardwired network ports on this WAP. Oh, it's almost 1300 now. Oh, 1326, let's go. 1500, holy sh**. The laptop's fan is actually like kicking up because the speed test is so fast. One thing I will mention with Wi-Fi 6E, because it's 6 gigahertz instead of 5 gigahertz, it's gonna have less penetrating power. It also means that to get crazy speeds like above gigabit like this, you know, as soon as we move this guy over here, we'll probably be able to see a reduction in speed. But I mean, if you're in the same room, you should probably be able to get at least gigabit, maybe above. Still almost 1,000 down. Mind you, this is not the be all and end all of speed testing because there is a server on the other end that is being used by other people. You never know. All right, the upload speed is still 1500 up and we're this far. Should I go on a little walk? Here we go, everyone. We're walking. I'm probably, I mean, you can see the short circuit set over there. I'm probably 20 feet away now. Almost 800 down. See what the upload speed's like. Oh, we're still uploading at a gigabit. So, I mean, yes, there was a reduction 20 feet away. I'm still getting 1100 up. Like, that's pretty damn good. Okay, we're gonna pretend that we're Riley here. This is the tech news. Oof. I'm a lot further. Probably 100 feet, maybe not 100 feet. Let's say 50 feet through a bunch of metal and shelves. And the signal is gone down a lot. Because it's 6 gigahertz, the range is not gonna be as good. So we're only getting like 200 up, 130 down. But if we switch back to the 5G, and you could have these on the same SSID and they would switch automatically, much better, 200 down. And the upload speed, closer to like 250, 230? 230, yeah. I'm gonna do one over here. So we're pretty close. It's just on the other side of that wall, but we have one wall between us now. It's still pretty good. I mean, a lot of people's 5G is gonna cap out at like 500, 600, so 500 down, 700 up through a wall. Sweet. Overall, really fast Wi-Fi with Wi-Fi 6E. You can do up to 8 streams across the 3 bands for a theoretical max of 6.6 gigabit, which is super fast. You've got the 2.5 gig WAN, which is great to see, especially since Wi-Fi 6E can support it, and we just saw that. Nice build. Doesn't feel like it's getting hot or anything. I do wish the LED off button would turn those LEDs off, but other than that, pretty cool product. If you want to pick up the MSI RadiX AXE6600, you can go on Newegg and use code LUCKY100 until March 15th to save $100 off of the MSRP, which is $349. So $249. That's a pretty good deal for something with this much horsepower. You can also get it on the MSI store, but that won't be at the discount. So you might as well buy it from Newegg. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Yeah, it does a lot. Bye.